anxiety? I'm Belinda Kirkpatrick. I'm a naturopath and a nutritionist, and I've got over 17 years of clinical experience. Please don't forget to follow us at The Happy Mammoth on Instagram, and you can also subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss any more videos like these. Today, I'm going to be chatting to you about anxiety. Now, this is something that is really common, and I see it all the time in clinical practice. Some people have quite extreme clinical anxiety, but a lot of people are also sort of suffering from just a generalized level of anxiety. A lot of it can be partly, there's lots of different reasons why people are anxious. Sometimes we've inherited those particular types of anxious patterns from our parents or people around us. Sometimes it can be because of the pressure on us. We're not stopping. We're constantly, contactable. Work is pressuring, school is pressuring. The whole world really just seems to be on fast forward at the moment. There isn't much time just to let our nervous systems really settle. Some of the symptoms of anxiety include palpitations, feeling like your chest is really tight, maybe even difficulty breathing, racing thoughts, difficult to focus on tasks, often waking up with that sort of feeling of impending doom, worry, overthinking things. One of the big things with anxiety as well, it often interferes with our sleep. So some people will find it difficult to fall asleep, their mind's on, they start thinking about everything. Other people will be exhausted from thinking and having anxiety through the day, or even just a busy day, and then wake up in the middle of the night feeling anxious, and again, it's that overthinking pattern. Some people don't even feel it as the racing thoughts, but it might just be that sort of lump in their throat. People often think that might be reflux, but oftentimes it really can be anxiety. There's lots that we can be doing to really help to support our body when we're feeling anxious. Now, I'd have to say that I would always recommend chatting to a GP and getting a referral to a psychologist or a counselor or a psychotherapist, because it's really important that we're looking at the way we're thinking and having somebody to really help us to manage our mental health. These people are also really important to help you to know whether you've got kind of clinical anxiety that might need a little bit of extra help, or you're sort of just having feelings of anxiety that might sort of come and go and respond really well to diet, lifestyle and supplementation as well. So always check in with your health practitioner before sort of just treating yourself. However, whatever's going on for you, you can still be looking at and really focusing on what you're eating, what you're doing, what you're taking to help you to feel your very best. One of the things that I would say is probably one of the most important things with anxiety is not to overcommit yourself, okay? So have time for yourself. That might be exercising, going for a walk, reading a book, having a bath, doing some yoga, doing some gentle stretching, some deep breathing, some meditation. Those things are really important to help to calm your nervous system down. I would say, unfortunately, I know a lot of people love coffee, but unfortunately, coffee will trigger anxiety in susceptible people. Now, it does this because when we drink coffee, it's that caffeine, it's that buzz, and it feels very much like anxiety. So if you're already feeling a bit anxious, to get that extra buzz on top of it often makes you feel more anxious, and we definitely don't want that. So switch out to decaf for a beautiful herbal tea or something else that doesn't contain caffeine. Sugar and alcohol also, unfortunately, don't help anxiety. So it's really important that we're trying to keep our blood sugar levels stable. So making sure that we have some protein, some veggies or salad, and a nice complex carbohydrate. So maybe some brown rice or some quinoa, banana, pumpkin, sweet potato. Those starchy foods can really help to increase our body's production of serotonin, which is our happy sort of feel-good chemical. So sometimes if you're feeling anxious, that can make you not feel very hungry. So it's important then to make sure that you're just having a very small, nutrient-dense meal. So it might be, for example, a chicken and vegetable and sweet potato soup. So you don't have to have a big amount of food if you're not feeling particularly hungry, if you're feeling anxious, but also not just having a piece of toast, a piece of chocolate, a bite of a cracker, because when you're not getting that sort of protein and starchy carb, that can really dysregulate your nervous system as well. I often see people who aren't sleeping well, they feel anxious when they go to bed, but they might not be having some starchy carbs for dinner. Now, a lot of people don't need as many starchy carbs for dinner. You know, I'm often like cut the pasta, the rice, the potatoes, making them more the accompaniment to the meal rather than the basis of the meal. However, with anxiety or sleep issues, often we do need those starchy carbs just to settle our nervous system down. So again, it's always in balance. We don't want to miss out on the protein and the vegetables, but having that starchy carb can really help. Going back to protein breaks down into these things called amino acids. And amino acids are the ingredients that your body needs to make your neurotransmitters. So things like serotonin, dopamine, all those feel-good chemicals and hormones, we need protein to be there. So the tricky part about anxiety is if you're feeling anxious and that makes you not very hungry, we can easily be missing out on the things that actually make us feel really good. As I said, switching out the caffeine for herbal teas. I love things like chamomile, valerian root. You know, there's some really beautiful teas, lavender, passion flower, withania, some of my favorite nervous system herbs. Really beautiful to be drinking as teas and making sure that your blood sugar levels don't get too low. As I said before, deep breathing, meditation, really important. Often really difficult if you're feeling anxious. So if that's the case, some kind of moving meditation might be better for you. So going for a walk, but you know, without having your phone or anything to distract you, or it might be doing some gentle stretching or a bath with some deep breathing. If you find that the meditations are too much when your body's in that agitated state. So be really gentle with yourself, but try to incorporate those in at some point. If you are having trouble sleeping, you can, or even feeling anxious through the day, then absolutely pop in the Happy Mammoth Deep Sleep Mode. Now, this formula has some of my favorite ingredients. Magnesium helps to calm the nervous system, but in the daytime will give you energy, but really great for helping you to fall asleep and really calming for your nervous system. Theanine, one of my favorites as well. I feel like everything's my favorite, but hey, I'm a naturopath, so that's how it goes. So theanine really helps with anxiety. It helps to increase GABA, which is an inhibitory neurotransmitter, so we definitely need that at nighttime. It has some herbs in there like valerian and passion flower, so really beautiful, gentle nervous system herbs that you can be drinking in teas, but you're not going to get that therapeutic dose that you'll get when you're taking it supplementally. And these combination plus more that's in the deep sleep mode really does target all the pillars of sleep. It helps to improve your sleep in terms of falling asleep by over 30%, which is massive, and really does support that uninterrupted 8-hour sleep, which is what we're going for. It can also help to boost your energy levels and focus for the next day, and they're all natural ingredients. So, you know, really good for you, really nurturing, really calming, and helps with that sleep, but also then waking up feeling rested, but hopefully not in that heightened or anxious state. Let us know in the comments below if you've tried the deep sleep mode. It's one of my favorites. Even if I'm not having trouble falling asleep, I still like to take it because it basically just gives you like the deepest sleep, and you do feel really rested in the morning when you've been taking it. If you've got any other tips for how you've been managing your anxiety that you can share, pop them in the comments below. And as always, if you're not sure which products to be taking and you want to make sure that they're specific for you, you can take our personalized quiz, and that's going to really help you out. All right, everybody, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.